Okay, everybody, we're going to get started. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me today. You know, it's so interesting. I love this presentation because I I feel like so oftentimes we as loan officers and originators are really overcomplicating what we do. There's so much noise out there in social media and all over the place about do this, do that. Like, and this is going to be this like golden ticket to actually make being a loan originator easier. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is no golden ticket that I found so far. And if you really want to be a successful originator, I truly believe in the referral based loan officer. And so we'll dig into this. And what you'll see here on this first slide is this is the referral loop. Okay. And the referral loop is, it to me, is the simplest visualization of what we as originators need to do. Okay. And it's not that hard. We need to go out and we need to market ourselves. We need to go out and have conversations via our marketing. So we need to have good marketing that's targeted to our referral based partners and past clients. And we need to be able to use our voices, pick up the phone, have conversations, right? So that we can create opportunities. Okay. So once I have good marketing, right, then I'm able to create these opportunities, right? So we're having conversations and have all this great marketing, right, to create these opportunities, right? And how do I expand my opportunities? I expand my opportunities by having more products, okay? And then ultimately, when I get this opportunity and somebody calls me and asks me, hey, Ryan, do you have this loan? Do you have, can you do this? Can you do that? Right. And I can say yes. Then comes the moment of truth, right? Where I get to quote my rate and I got to send out my pricing proposal and send out my, show them what my rates are and how I'm going to stack up. All right. This becomes a big problem for a lot of people. And this is where you can almost say that the referral loop is broken for a lot of loan officers out there that are selling higher rates. So ultimately they do all this hard work on the marketing front. They create the opportunity for themselves. But when it comes to the rate quote, they end up losing the transaction, right? And if you lose the transaction, then the bottom half of the loop is broken and you lose your ability to, capitalize on your referral loop and really all of the exponential referrals that you can get by having a successful transaction. But let's say you did have great rates and you do hook that deal, then you have the opportunity to demonstrate the perfect loan process. Once you close that loan perfectly, then you have the ability to then it's time you really start building on your marketing and conversation building to take advantage of that perfect loan you closed. So look, again, like I said, this is keeping it as simple as possible. You need great marketing from a company to generate conversations. You need great products to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. You need great rates to be able to win that deal, to be able to show off your loan process and then be able to have those conversations, right? It's not that difficult, right? And so what I really want to do today is I want to look at how Arbor is focusing on this referral loop and kind of fixing the broken sections, right? And hopefully loan officers out there, you can decide like, wow, like I'm struggling with my referral loop in these spots. And maybe there's a solution in here with how we built this to focus on this loop that might resonate with you. All right. So let's move in. Let's take a quick look at marketing. First things I'm going to do to show you marketing is I'm going to jump outside this page real quick and I'm going to show you our marketing hub. So here we are on the launching pad for Arbor, and this is where all things marketing and technology kind of take off. So to kind of dive into that marketing side of things, if I click on this marketing tab here, this kind of summarizes all of the marketing essentials that we have. You can request any type of marketing form that you want. But a few things that I want to highlight is the flyer flipbook here. We have over 133 pages of flyers currently in all different categories. And if you're an LO, you can create your own flyer if you want. And if you have a great idea, we'll just add it to the flyer library. For example, if we were at DPA flyers, you can just get a feel for the type of marketing, like print marketing, that we have the ability to generate for you. But, I think one of the most important things from a marketing technology standpoint is how do we make it easy for loan officers to have those conversations, to generate those opportunities. And it's a combination of marketing materials and technology. And frankly, what that comes out to is automations. So when we're talking about automations, what are things that can automatically happen for you to convert realtors? So what if after you closed a purchase, all you did was check a button and you could send out a 6-week realtor conversion campaign with emails and text messages? If we came in and let's say, what if after a deal with a great client, you wanted to reach out and update the CPA, and there's a whole introductory engagement campaign so that you can get that phone call and that meeting with that CPA? What if there was an opportunity? Let's say you were working on your open houses and you came across some leads at those open houses and you want to put them into a lead nurture automation to get them to kind of connect with you and your realtor, which you could co-brand. The whole idea here is all of this has been written, and the ability to drop people into these automations is as simple as clicking a button. And so I'm going to just drop real quick into our CRM here. This manages all of your leads, all of your loans, does all of your marketing, does all of your data management. It's very, very robust. But let's just say, for example, you wanted to go in and you wanted to set one of your realtors up and put them into one of our journeys. You could just come into my contacts, click on realtors, click on any one of your realtors here. Oh, I think this one's already going to be in the journey. And then add this tag 6-week realtor and hit save and close, and away you go. And then the conversion is started. And you can see how that works here for any contact. You just add them to the campaign, hit save and close, and any one of those contacts is going to be added. But let's say you wanted to send out a flyer. You had a great product that you wanted to send out, and you wanted to send that out to all of your realtors at once and maybe follow up with a text. All you got to do is come down into our platform, hit on bulk sending. You can come up here and click on send flyer, select any one of our flyers, hit send. That's going to go out to your realtors. Wait a couple days. You want to send a text? Just click on send text, type out your text, connect with your realtors. Want to send an email, like a video market update? Absolutely. Just send email, copy and paste it in the body of the email, and it goes out. It's one thing to have marketing. It's one thing to have technology. It's another thing, though, to have marketing and technology. That's what the referral loop needs. That's how you are going to be able to build conversations. And I'll just show you one last thing. I'm going to throw back into our CRM here. This is our Arbor Business Intelligence. When it comes to having conversations, we already have the ability to generate lists for birthdays, loan anniversaries. Those are automatically going into your inbox here at Arbor. But let's say somebody decides to list their house. You have access. Let's say somebody has debt in there now over $35,000. Our system is constantly monitoring if there's a life event, death, divorce, marriage. So the whole idea here is that we are taking technology, combining it with marketing to help loan officers really create opportunities in those post-close marketing opportunities, post-close conversations, and the back end of the referral loop. And then let's hop into the referral loop where it's all about creating opportunities and having conversations about products. We have you covered there too. Okay, great. So you kind of get an idea of how much investment that Arbor and how important marketing is to us. You can see from what I just showed you kind of how much we're investing in technology and really trying to keep that loop, that marketing side of the loop going for our loan officers and create conversations. As it goes for products though, right? Like we want to look, another really important thing about Arbor is having, multiple products for our loan officers. So look, we can do HELOCs and fixed rate seconds, non-QM HELOCs, non-QM fixed rate seconds. We're really good at doing DPA grant programs, construction, renovation, reverse, interest only. So we have everything that the banks have, but we also expand that product base. And what that does is, like if we go back to the referral loop, it just expands your opportunity bucket, right? And not only that, but I have really good marketing to draw your past clients, to draw your realtors into those products, into those extra opportunity areas for you. So then you get a chance to quote out more deals. You have you basically are in the batter's box. You have more swings at the plate. All right, so now we're sitting there and we're kind of moving around our referral cycle, right? And we come into the rate quote part of the house, okay? So on the screen, like what you're going to see here is like, look, bottom line is, you can see where the rate sheets are in this first box on the left. Most IMBs, look, they're going to run anywhere between 350 to 400 basis points. Some might be skinny around like 325, and they're running around 125 basis points comp, right? And so I used this example where we said, hey, look, you're going to run on a 400 basis point rate sheet, 125 basis points of comp, and you're going to do 20 million a year. Okay. So you're going to make $250,000 on your production. Okay. Now when I look at kind of where that stacks up as far as, where it puts you competitively against rates, we need to look over on the other side of the sheet. And how does that compete against when you're coming against like Arbor, right? Where we're only running on a 215 rate sheet and we're paying you 150 basis points a comp. Now, we increased the production to 30 million because frankly, we feel like when you're selling, much better rates, you have the ability to increase your volume because you're not going to lose as many deals. Okay. You're going to make more money. And again, just to give you a rough idea between what 400 basis point rate sheet and a 215 basis point rate sheet compares to, that you're looking about a 0.5 to 0.75% in rate difference. And I guess when it comes to kind of, again, keeping the referral loop, you're going to be competing against more and more independent loan officers and brokers as time goes on. And it's going to be harder and harder for you to win loans if you're selling that 350 to 400 basis point rate sheet against somebody who's selling 215. So, okay, guys. And so just to kind of bring it all together here, I showed you how the marketing closes that loop, how it's going to help you build conversations after we close our loan, right? And I love this slide because frankly, it just does a really great job of showing the difference between, bankers and brokers and really where we're checking the box to keep your referral loop completely closed, right? We're going to give you control. We've got all the support in-house. We've got marketing sales tools. We've got the rates. Again, when you think about what I truly believe is that the super broker hybrid non-del model that Arbor has, in my opinion, is the best option for loan officers that want to have a sealed, very tight referral loop. We invest a lot of time and energy on the marketing support to help you generate these conversations. We have a ton of resources, again, for all of these opportunities with the loan products. We have very transparent and a tight corporate margin so you can win on your rates. We have an excellent support and manufacturing process to make sure that your loan goes through smoothly. And then boom, on the tail end, we seal it up with with great marketing to really promote you and help you take advantage of, not just realtors, but realtors, past clients, CPAs, financial advisors, all in our kind of marketing hub and marketing offering. So that is it. That is basically how we are sealing up and keeping a tight referral loop for loan officers. And if you want to take a deeper dive, if you're having issues with your referral loop and you want to compare kind of what we're doing at sections of your loop with how we do it, feel free to DM me. We'll set up a meeting. We'll go through your process. We'll go deep into Arbor's process and see if we can improve that loop for you.